For K-pop idols, there's no mandatory rule about attitude, but they seem to always follow a standard pattern. Any idol who has a kinda carefree attitude will be considered rude and uncultured. Unfortunately, the following idols that I'm about to mention were all caught up in some serious attitude controversies, as netizens believe they were having inappropriate behavior with their teammates. Number 1. Shua is said to be getting upset with Mion's popularity. A few months ago, G-Idol released a promotional video for Tomboy, where the members talked and played a game together. Things were all fun and games until Shua's allegedly rude gestures toward Mion caused the attention of netizens, and unfortunately, a heated controversy broke out. Specifically, G-Idol together play a game with corn snacks. The winner who puts the most snacks on her fingers will get a thumbnail for the M Countdown performance. And it seemed that Mion was the winner. While the other members were excitedly waiting for Mion to count her snacks, Shua was seen rather nonchalant. She didn't even smile once and sometimes even rolled her eyes and shook her head. After Mion was announced to be the winner, Shua immediately raised her hand and continuously said, "I oppose," making other members extremely surprised. Despite Oogie trying to stop her by feeding her snacks, Shua still went on saying that Mion was already in the previous thumbnail while pointing fingers at her, repeating the promise of the group to let her be on the thumbnail this time. It was not until Oogie signaled her to be quiet that Shua finally stopped protesting, yet still said to put on an uneasy face and refused to congratulate Mion. Needless to say, many netizens were soon to come at Shua with harsh criticism toward her allegedly disrespectful attitude and behaviors. They claimed that despite being the youngest member of the group, Shua didn't seem to respect the other older members. Some even believe that Shua might be jealous of Mion because they both hold the visual position of the group, and though Mion joined the group later, her popularity is always at the top. And that's why Shua has always been treating Mion with a competitive attitude. Their proof of that is when Shua received the question who was the member spending the most time learning choreography. She immediately replied Mion without using honorifics or calling Mion 언니. This makes many Korean fans who highly value hierarchy thought that Shua was impolite to Mion and was intentionally implying that Mion was bad at dancing, so she needed a long time on that. However, Shua's fans explained that she was just joking without any malicious intention and they found it quite funny. Moreover, as the members promised to let Shua appear on the next video's thumbnail, she just reminded them of that. But her straightforward attitude might make some netizens feel uncomfortable. One more thing, usually videos in which idols interact like this always have a staff member who is in charge of telling idols what to do and what to say by writing guides on a board, so it's not fair that many people believe that Shua was really mean when she was probably just following the instructions. Number 2. Stacy said to make fun of Jay. A few months ago, Stacy was suddenly entangled in a bully controversy as netizens believe there was something off about the way the group members treat Jay, the youngest in Stacy. Specifically, in the Run to You live performance, Yoon, Seun, and Sumin were seen trying to imitate Jay's voice. They even did it in a very enthusiastic way to highlight the imitation and make Jay embarrassed. As they wished, poor Jay was so angry she had to stop singing and angrily grab Yoon's shoulder before everyone stopped their joke. It is known that Jay possesses a signature deep voice, so she often becomes the target of teasing as the rest of the girls think it was funny and frequently imitate her voice, and even make it sound like a man.
Time is running boy, girl, 누구에겐도. Time is running boy, girl, 누구에겐도. You know so stop, 나는 못 기다려줘.
Obviously, this is not the first time Jay was made fun of by other members. Almost every time Stacy released a new song, she became the target of this joke and it made some netizens, especially Jay's fans, feel extremely annoyed. They believed that Yoon and other members had taken the imitation far from entertainment, as their joke might make Jay feel insecure about herself. Many people even believe that the members were trying to bully Jay because in K-pop, there have been many cases of female idols being bullied by their groupmates, especially the case of Hyunju, April, and Mina, AOA. Therefore, Jay's fans were extremely concerned whether this was happening with their idol. They said that looking at Jay's face when she got teased, there was clearly no interest and she must have been very upset, as any person getting teased like that all the time would feel self-conscious. Others also believe that the members went a bit too far as they kept making fun of a thing belongs to Jay's nature that she can't control. However, some people find this not a big deal but just a harmless joke between the girls. And it's just that many netizens who are overly sensitive are blowing things out of proportion as well as making others have a bad view of the group. Fortunately, Jae finally spoke up about this controversy. She said, "Sometimes we can make fun of each other, but we will never keep it to ourselves for too long. Don't worry about it too much, you guys." Number 3. Shin B said to look down on other members. For some reason, Shin B is often called out by netizens when it comes to idols who have bad behaviors towards group members. In mid-2016, a post on Pan drew a lot of attention when it accused Shin B of often having unpleasant and somewhat sassy attitudes towards other members. Specifically, the OP reminded people of the time when Shin B was allegedly rude towards Sowon. In an episode of G-Friend's reality show, Shin B was seen asking Sowon, who was 3 years older than her, to bring her water with her chin jerking up and a haughty language. This made Sowon appear quite uncomfortable. She said, right after that, Shin B continued to annoyingly ask Ji to change seats with her. Not stopping there, some netizens said that they noticed there are many times Shin B looked at Eunha with an unfriendly gaze and tried to bring Eunha down. For example, in a video, when Eunha joked that she was the tallest member in the group, Shin B immediately clapped back, "You lie all the time, I'm so pissed," making Eunha feel quite uncomfortable. This is not the first time Shin B has been caught up in attitude controversy. Before that, Shin B was fiercely criticized when she refused to sing while dancing and let other members take over her part, and especially when she was believed to show her disdain toward Ji, the member considered the ugliest female idol of K-pop at the time. Specifically, when a male idol said that he wanted to travel abroad with Ji, Shin B appeared to be extremely surprised and burst out laughing. This reaction of her made netizens believe that she's looking down on her fellow. Despite being quite young, the female idol is often the object of criticism from K-netizens for her cold facial expressions and somewhat carefree behavior. Even a netizen summed up a pile of her not-so-good attitude in a post on Pan, pointing out many situations when Shin B was caught with an irritated look and a frowning face toward other members. However, G-Friend's fans quickly came to defend Shin B, saying that she did not intentionally make such an uncomfortable stare, but it was all because of her having a resting bitch face that makes people often mistake that she is getting cranky. As for her problem with Eunha, Sowon, and Ji, it was completely a misunderstanding. Many believe that as G-Friend members are as close as sisters, Shin B was just trying to tease other members as a way to express her love for them. Also, Shin B and Eunha have been close since they were elementary students and spent many years studying and practicing together, so there's totally no conflict or hate between them as rumored. Lots of netizens also said that Shin B is the victim of many edited GIFs and videos which could be misleading to her personality. For example, she was evil edited in Mnet's Queendom 2 as the production team wanted to portray her as the villain of the show and make people misunderstand her as an arrogant girl who looked down on others. To save herself from being the editing material in the next episodes due to her RPF, Shin B had to hold a phone with a lead sign saying that she was actually having a good mood. So, do you think these idols really have an attitude problem? Or are some netizens just trying to bring them down with baseless accusations? Comment down below to share your thoughts with us. Also, remember to like, share, and subscribe to BeBoss TV for more interesting K-pop content. Thank you for watching!